Hello friends. Okay, today I'm going to share with you 2 large family recipes, and this video is going to be in collaboration with Megan over at Pennies and Salt, and there's a whole playlist of other large family moms sharing recipes that are specifically for large families. So if you want, you can check out in the description box here. I'll have a link both to Megan's channel and to the whole playlist, so you can go check out all the other moms' videos. Okay, I am going to make for you tonight loaded potato soup. We just call it potato soup, but it's not your basic potato soup. I add in some other things, and it is a favorite. Like, literally my teenage son, I told him I was gonna make this today, and he came over and gave me a big hug. It's like the, way to a teenager's heart is through his stomach. And these guys are maybe gonna let me film while they're eating. Are you eating ice cream? Where's your ice cream? He's got ice cream too. Is it delicious? Yeah, is yours delicious? Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so let's start over here at my big, giant, large family size. It's like a stock pot, probably for canning, but I use it just as a soup pan. And in that, I'm gonna put half of a stick of butter, and I'm gonna saute a whole onion, and I'll show you that. Okay, I'm gonna do this at a different angle, so hopefully you can see inside my pot. I'm gonna put all the diced onions in there with the half a stick of butter, and we're just gonna saute those around until they get nice and tender. I'm gonna dice up half a pound of this bacon and put it in here with the onion to get it crispy. Okay, while this is sauteing in here and getting nice and crispy, I'm gonna go peel off a bag of potatoes and get them all chopped up and ready to go in here. So this needs to saute probably, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes. So while that's sauteing, I'm gonna go peel the potatoes. Okay, so the bag that I have of potatoes is actually a 5-pound bag, and we're gonna use all of these potatoes. Yeah. We're just gonna peel them and then chop them. Okay, so now my bacon looks like little crispy pieces, and the onion looks all nice and translucent. So inside, okay, so I'm gonna put half a cup of flour in here and stir it around. And I just gotta laugh because my oldest son, who has moved out, just called me in the middle of this and said he needed to come here. I lost my clip from the middle of that. So my oldest son called me, and he found out I was making this for dinner, and he rushed and got here like right away, because this is also one of his favorite things. So the next step, like I said, the clip cut off and I couldn't find a way to do it. So the next step is to just stir that around, and then you're gonna fill your pot about 1/3 of the way with water. I think it's probably close to like 12 cups of water. Okay, now here we go. And you don't want too small of a dice. You want kind of big, somewhat big chunks. Okay, at this point, you're just gonna turn your pot onto high, try to get it to boil, and then you're gonna cook it until the potato chunks are nice and tender. So I'll be back in, I don't know, probably 15-20 minutes. Okay, this is Kathleen, and she is going to now make some dumplings that are gonna go inside the soup. So can you crack two eggs into this? So we're gonna put 2 eggs in there, and we're gonna put 2 cups of flour. So while she's doing that, I'll put the flour in. Okay, and then you're gonna take the seasoned salt and you're gonna sprinkle it all over the top, like a whole bunch.
That enough?
Yep, so maybe like 2 tablespoons, and then you're gonna stir that up, and then we're gonna add just a little bit of water, just enough to make these sticky and not dry at all. Okay, she's stirring, and now we're gonna add in water.
That was Adele.
There's some whistling going on
That
here.
was not me. What?
Who was whistling? Was it you, Mabel?
No.
No?
That was Adele.
It was
by
Kenny?
Robin.
It was Steven?
It was Steve.
Oh, he was whistling an Adele song. Awesome. Okay. You just do not want it to be dry at all. You want it to be sticky. Hey.
Yes.
You got some flour at the bottom.
Yeah, you got.
Okay, so you want it to be like it's not going to fall off your fork. Okay. Now, we're going to take this. We're going to walk over here to our big giant pot of soup. We're going to move that for a sec. I had this on as a lid.
Whoa, it's all foamy!
Okay, so the potatoes are just about tender. So it's nicely boiling. And Kathleen is gonna take this, and she knows how to pop these in here.
I probably need another fork, yeah.
Yep.
Is there a coffee grinder on?
So she's just gonna take 2 forks, and she's just gonna plop little blobs of this dough inside of here, and that's gonna cook up and make little dumplings.
When they float up, they're done.
Yep, it takes, I don't know, maybe like 3 or 4 minutes for these to cook inside of here. This is one of, I don't know, some of the kids really like the dumpling and it's their favorite part, and some of them prefer to give them to the other kids.
The dumplings are really good.
You like the dumplings?
They don't have so much flavor, but mixed with the potatoes, they taste really good.
Okay, so she's gonna take all the rest of that and she's gonna keep putting it in here. Okay, so now the dumplings are all in there and you can see that they've like floated to the top. So we're gonna dump in, let's see, this, like half a bag of this 16-ounce Mexican, so that's like 2 cups of shredded cheese. So Kathleen's gonna do that for us. I'm gonna dump that. All right, guys, it has gotten really loud in here. Sorry. So now we're gonna take sour cream and put probably about 1.5 cups of sour cream.
Are you gonna use that?
Yes, I'm gonna use this. I'm not gonna measure it. I'm just gonna put big.
Did you notice?
Okay, so 3 big scoops is what I did. And she's gonna keep stirring, and then I'm gonna pour in about 1/2 gallon of milk.
This makes the broth stuff taste really good.
Okay, so then she's gonna stir that up and keep heating it, and the last thing we're gonna do is put in some green onions. Heating.
Okay. No.
Okay, watch out, buddy. Okay, so we're gonna put in, I diced up a whole bunch of green onions. Not like a whole lot, but just a whole container.
Green onions is a secret ingredient.
It's not a secret. Okay, so then she's gonna stir this up. Well, here, you can just make sure there's no chunks of sour cream.
Yeah.
She's gonna stir it up here, just make sure there's no big globs of sour cream anymore and that the cheese all melted. And as soon as it's nice and stirred, we're gonna let it probably stay on for another 3 or 4 minutes just to make sure all that milk got nice and hot. And then that's it, and I'll show you what it looks like in the bowl. All right, one of the favorite things that we like to eat here is fried rice. Every time I make a meal that has rice as a side dish, like say I make butter chicken and I serve it with rice, I always double the amount of rice that I have so that the next night I can pull out the rice and just make a quick fried rice. So tonight, this is like an ice cream bucket that I'm reusing, but I have rice that we used probably 2 nights ago, and I'm going to put it in my pan and show you how I make fried rice. First thing I'm gonna add to my pan is some butter and 1 whole diced up onion. We're gonna stick it in there. I'm gonna put that in here with some just minced garlic. Just like, I like a lot of garlic, so a big spoonful. And we're just gonna let that cook up for a minute and get the onions all translucent. Okay, and then I had some chicken left over from the butter chicken as well that I just stuck in this colander and rinse the sauce off of it so I could repurpose it. So I'm gonna dump that in there and cook it with the garlic and the onion for a little bit. My family's not really fond of having the same meal more than once. So if I take something like the chicken and repurpose it into the fried rice, they'll eat it a whole lot better than they would if I tried to serve the same chicken meal 2 nights in a row. So I try to think ahead of ways that I can reuse the same ingredients if there happens to be leftovers and save myself some time. Okay, so now that this is in there and the chicken's kind of heated up with the garlic, we're gonna dump in our rice. And I also like that this one, you can kind of tailor it to whatever vegetables and meat you have on hand. So if you have little bits of something left, I just washed my hands, I promise, because I'm squishing up the rice. Okay, so we're gonna put all the rice in the pan, and then we're gonna dump in a bunch of soy sauce. Maybe like half a cup of soy sauce. And this is a really big pan. This is my like 17-inch cast iron skillet. So we're just gonna saute this up for a little bit with the soy sauce until the rice gets nice and hot and starts to get kind of crispy. And then we're gonna add in any vegetables that you like, that you have leftover bits of. Today I have this little container of peas that I'm gonna add in, but you could add in like diced up carrots, you could add in broccoli, cauliflower, anything you want really. We tend to really just keep it basic and do onion, and then at the end I like fresh green onions, which I actually don't have today, but that's one that we really love in it. Plus it makes it nice and colorful. So the other thing I put in it is probably about a teaspoon or half a teaspoon of ground ginger. Just kind of sprinkle that on top. And I kind of shoved all the rice over to the side, and I'm gonna crack 4 eggs straight into the pan there to add a little bit of scrambled egg to this. And right now, I have this on like a medium-high heat. And we're just gonna crack, actually I'm only gonna do 3 because that's all the eggs I have left in this carton. Scramble them just a little bit here at the side and let them get cooked before you mix it all up in with the rice. This will be a good meal to do too if you're one of those people who went to the store and stocked up on a lot of rice and you need a new way to use it instead of just having steamed rice as a side dish or rice and beans. My family really likes this. Okay, so now that the eggs are getting kind of hard cooked, we're just gonna stir them right in with the rice. In my peas now. Noah. And I'm gonna add in some more soy sauce and kind of turn up the heat a little bit so we can get this rice crispy. Right. So now we're just gonna cook this probably 3 or 4 minutes more on high heat and get the rice kind of crispy, a little bit golden brown, and that's it. Pretty easy. As soon as it's nice and crispy, we'll put it on a plate and serve it up above it so you can see what it looks like now that it's done here. See? All right, friends, those are the 2 recipes I had for you. I hope that you enjoyed watching me cook and following along, and I hope that you click through the playlist down in the description box below and check out some of these other moms' channels and see what meals that they have for you. And it'll help you maybe come up with some new ones for your family. Also, if you liked this, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thanks. Bye, guys.